You can sit in front. Yeah, you can sit in front. You can sit next to him. Wait, if you want, you can sit next to him. Oh, you can sit next to him.
Bismillah. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Brothers, sisters. How's everyone doing? I hope you're doing well, right? It's a good day today, inshallah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. So we just begin by bearing witness that there is none worthy of worship except Allah, except God, and we send peace and blessings to all the prophets and the final prophet, Muhammad, peace be upon him. Alhamdulillah, our daughter and our son are getting married today, so we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless their marriage. Ameen. The process of finding a spouse, finding a right man, finding the right woman is one of the greatest purposes of why God and why Allah. Now, God and Allah means the same thing. Allah is just an Arabic word for God. So, one of the greatest purposes of life in of itself is to find someone, right? To have children that will carry on this legacy of La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. And we strive to find a partner that will not only help us become a better Muslim, a better practicing Muslim, but a better person as well too. And when God talks about marriage in the Quran, Allah speaks about marriage in the Quran, He says, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ أَنْ خَلَقَ لَكُم مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا, that one of God's signs of existence is that He made us human beings in pairs, right? A man for a woman and a woman for a man. The relationship of a husband and wife, emotions of love, harmony, compassion, mercy, all the good emotions you can think of, which they're feeling right now, mashallah, because they can't stop cheesing. Alhamdulillah. So we ask Allah, inshallah, your entire life you're smiling like this and more, inshallah. So we learn from this verse something really beautiful. The foundation of a relationship, but specifically between a husband and a wife, it's a relationship of love, obviously. It's a relationship of compassion, of mutual understanding, and making the other person come closer to God. Helping one another become better people. That's what marriage is about. I'm not married myself. I can't give great advice on marriage. MashaAllah, Amirul's married. He got married here a few years ago. But it's all communication. Sometimes, because my job requires me to work with married couples, how do I make up for that? I don't have any experience with marriage. So sometimes when I see old couples, right, they still have that, I don't know if I should say, romance and the communication in the marriage. I ask them, what's the secret? Right? You guys look like you just got married yesterday. You look like you're still in the honeymoon phase. How do you maintain that? And you're like 75 years old. And they say things like, they give me answers like communication. To communicate with your partner, with your spouse. Understanding, right? Understanding the needs of your spouse, and vice versa. Sacrifice. They say that another word for marriage is sacrifice. There are plenty of things that he may do you might not like, and vice versa. So you have to sacrifice it, right? If you want to live happy. And the last example I'll give, because you guys didn't come here to listen to me talk, but one of our prophets, Ayub, in the Old Testament, he's known as Job, Prophet Job, peace be upon him. God gifted him with a lot of blessings, and he had a beautiful wife, he had money, he had children, he was handsome himself. And then one day God decided to take all that back. And Job became very sick, and his wife actually started to clean houses for him, to support him. And he had this really rare skin disease. You could call it COVID today. Imagine your husband or someone in the family got COVID. Your employee won't let you work because that fear of catching COVID. So they fired her from her job. She began to cut her hair. Back then, women could cut their hair and sell for money. So she cut her hair for money to support her husband. And then one day she walked in her house, and the prophet Job asked, well, how are you getting this money? You told me you're not working. So she took her veil off, and she was completely bald. So she cut all of her hair off, which is a sign of like that's a woman's beauty. Her hair, like her face, but specifically her hair. She sold all of it to support her husband. So one of the greatest things about marriage is being there for one another. And that has no conditions to it. It's an unconditional relationship. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it easy for you. So inshallah you guys can come closer, face one another. Because you're not marrying me. You're marrying her. So you have to look into her eyes. So inshallah, anyone else getting married in the future, pay attention. This is how you do it. So, okay, inshallah, look into her eyes and say, Bismillah. Wassalatu. Wassalamu. Ala. Rasul. Allah. This just means in the name of God and with the peace and blessing on our Prophet Muhammad. So say I. State your full name. Am asking you. State her full name. For your hand in marriage. For myself. According to the Book of Allah and the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad. Peace be upon him. Sister, now you're taking. Say Bismillah. Wassalatu. Wassalamu. Ala Rasulillah. Good. I state your full name. Am giving you. State his full name. My hand in marriage according to the Book of Allah and the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad. Peace be upon him. And just tell her, I accept. Takbir. Takbir. Allahu Akbar. Takbir. Wow. Allahu Akbar. Takbir. We say God is the greatest. And there are a lot of negative connotations to what we say, but alhamdulillah, it's just glorifying God. So alhamdulillah, that's simple, that's it. You know, couples oftentimes get really stressed out before the nikah, like what do I say, what do I do? But it's very simple. So alhamdulillah, we'll end off by making dua, inshallah. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it easy for us. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep them smiling. We ask Allah to give them all the happiness in this world and the hereafter. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless the parents, everyone that's looking for a spouse. We ask Allah to grant you spouses that will be the coolness of your eyes. We ask Allah to give them children that will be the coolness of their eyes. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us a spot in His paradise with our beloved Prophet Muhammad. Peace be upon him. Allahumma rabbana atina fid dunya hasana wa fil akhirati hasana wa qina adhaban nar. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. And that's it. Now you're going to do some cultural exchanging and so on and so forth. I'll stick around, inshallah. So you guys can come, inshallah. It's done.
We'll get through it, guys. Everybody can come to the bride room.